Alright, so here is an article that I had to do, and it's a very tragic one. It's titled Garnet Foster. Now, if the name sounds familiar, there was an article done on them, Foster and his wife, Garnet and his wife Camille. I don't know if it was 2 years ago. Whatever. I don't think I want to do an article on them because they had open term due to pandemic. I think it was last year, I believe. He turned his home into a school to help a lot of children in his community, and I really regret I never got a chance to record that story. But then again, a lot of stories I don't get a chance to record slip through the cracks. Unfortunately, I mean, cases like that, I wish I could clone myself, have my own staff of people who could do these recordings so I could cover all the stories I want to cover. But I do the best I can. It's just me, myself, and I. But anyways, this was when I read about the Fosters, and as I want to big them up because I like reading stories about Jamaica with my fellow countrymen who are making a positive contribution in the communities. Now, unfortunately, fast forward to now, I should say. Tragedy strikes with the patriarch, Mr. Garnet Foster, who was killed. What makes it worse is after, due to his murder, his own flesh and blood is in custody. So let's read this very tragic story. The children of Bullet Tree, a small community in Petersfield, Westmoreland, now face an uncertain future following the murder of Garnet Foster, the man who had been playing a pivotal role in education since COVID-19 disrupted school life more than a year ago. Foster and his wife Camille transformed their yard into a school last year and provided internet access to children for online classes. When the newspaper told the story of the selfless efforts of the Fosters, there were 25 students at the front yard. That number has since swelled to 50, but come today there will be no class. Last Friday morning, there's little under a month since Camille flew to U.S. Tragedy struck in Bullet Tree. Garnet, a businessman and pastor, was basically discovered dead with stab wounds. The police theorized that he was stabbed while he slept, and he later succumbed to his injuries at the Savannah Lamar General Hospital in the parish. The police have reported that he took his eldest son to custody in connection to his death. They're not naming the son because due to the fact that he's a minor, they can't really name or give his photo. So that is what it is. Community has been left devastated by the sudden death of the kind-hearted community man. Many parents told Star that his murder is the worst thing to happen to in Bullet Tree, and I'm not really going to go read the quotes. His Vert tried to read about. No, um, okay, and they basically said that okay, as a result, um, of what happened to Garnet Foster, that after that, those out of school classes he has been basically up in limbo because it's basically indicated as a result of his killing that he's not being that they will most likely be discontinued, which is going to be a disservice for a lot of those people who needed that help because of the pandemic. And the thing is, those that even though I don't know all the details of what happened, I can easily surmise that things weren't all as rosy with his son, because I think they have more than several kids. But what has basically happened is that because of if the son did it, as is probably indicated, yeah, part of me wants to say, yeah, we need to like beat the little punks, little snot to a bloody pulp because hey, that kid's actions not only helped destroy his own family, but he also helped affect a lot of those children, other people who were needed the foster's help. As a result, I mean, I can only hope that his mother continues it, but due to the fact that she and her rest of the family are in grieving right now, that's not likely going to happen. But this is just sad. No, I just know the thing I want to say is that yeah, it's sad that what happened. I do obviously it's very obvious that there's more to this story because obviously he and the son were having some problems because and whatever. I think you said on Paltry was that he and the son have locked horns, and as a result the son probably felt okay, things were taking too far, so rather than just amicably working to with my father, I'm just going to take his life. And the thing is, you see a lot of these stories where a lot of these family members, whether it's mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, cousins, nephews, aunts, uncles, rather than who have inner conflicts, rather than working them out peacefully, decide that murder is the ultimate is the main choice of resolving that conflict. That hey, if I can't civilly work out this problem, I should I should just take up violence as a result. Yeah, so this is what happened though, and as a result, as I said, is that a lot of ramifications have happened. But I can say it's just very sad and it's just very messed up that. And no, although even though unless it's proven that maybe Grant Foster wasn't the angel that he appeared to be, that maybe he was abusing the son or did something very bad to him, and the son snapped. I'm just going to say is this is that it's very this is a very messed up situation because I like reading stories where yeah people in these communities would make positive contributions and are seemingly genuine people, but unfortunately messed up shit, especially when it's internal like that, does shows ruins things in the long run. And it is I like because remember growing up as a child, if me and my folks or some family had arguments, we just keep it verbal. I mean, I never ever once entertained thoughts that oh, if my mom or my father did something I didn't like, whether I deserved it or not, that hey, I should take them out to this world. All right, given the fact that they brought me into this world, I never once thought about doing that. I said, no, let's keep it verbal. If we're angry or something, even if it's a serious issue, I'd just rather not speak to my parents or some of my family members for a time being. But I'm not going to say, hey, I should resort to violence. I've never ever thought that. But nowadays, unfortunately, it's like in the Bible where it says that heart of man has grown desperately wicked, where fathers turn against sons, mothers turn against daughters, and all the other stuff. And unfortunately, this is what happened. And and like unless it turns out that there's more to story, maybe Garnet Foster probably did something to his son, and son just reacted or whatever. Yeah, I'm just basically part of me feels like yeah they should beat the little snot in prison because like I said like whatever issues you could have had with your dad, obviously you two had some ish tension with each other prior to this. This was not the way, and because of the son's irrational and sickening actions, not only has he destroyed his family, he's also helped to disenfranchise a lot of people who needed were benefiting from the fastest helping their children. But then again, in unfortunate Jamaican society, and to all idiots who say that this is not just Jamaica, I know that I do not deny that. This is what basically happens where too many of our countrymen for the longest believe that violence and savagery is the best way to solve our problems rather than just peaceful resolutions. But and this is a sad example of this though. So it's a very messed up story, but unfortunately this is commonplace at this point nowadays. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Gusson Farron, Miles Productions, Real Thoughts and Miles. Alright.